And switching gears, at the end of last year, you kind of mentioned how this season you see maybe more of a quarterback-driven offense. Your last 2 years very successful with a running back, power-driven offense. What do you need from Golson and also your receivers and tight ends for that this spring?
Well, I mean, there's a number of answers into the question. You know, the development of Everett Golson now will be consistency, you know, week in and week out. Getting us in the right protections, playing at a tempo and a pace that we can control the football game at the pace that we want to play at. Just the next step in his development, which there's a lot of things that he's going to have to work on, and he's already shown it. You know, he's been great to work with. His attention to detail, his just absorbing all the things have come together. Daniels, he needs to go and step his game up another level. Chris Brown, T.J. Jones. All those guys, we're looking forward to them elevating their game with great experience. They all have had great experiences. It's nice to have a group of guys like that coming back.
You mentioned leadership already. With Manti gone, where do you think you're going to look for that, or where do you think that's going to come from defensively?
Well, I think it's starting to show itself in a number of different areas, which is really good to see from my standpoint. I'll give you a couple examples. Low Wood, has been terrific in terms of leadership. Jarrett Grace has been terrific in terms of leadership, and hearing him. Tyler Stockton, who, obviously didn't play much for us, is a leader, even though he's not on the field. Now, obviously sometimes you want that guy that's on the field as well. But we're seeing just guys are starting to understand what it takes to be a leader. And you can say leadership all you want, but what does that mean? It means holding others accountable, and we're starting to see that on a day-to-day basis. It's still work in progress for us, but I like what I'm starting to hear out there. We're hearing people speak up. We're hearing people take that level of accountability and run with it.
Brian in the middle. When you lose a game like there we go. When you lose a game like
talk about that game, we're in 2013.
A game with so much at stake and there's so much invested in it, it can be kind of devastating to a team psyche for a while, but it can also be a motivator. Can you just kind of talk about how you've seen your guys respond in terms of taking the next challenge and trying to build off of that?
Well, I think it's unmistakable. When you see it and you're in that environment, you want to get back there, because there's no atmosphere like it. It's not a normal bowl game. It's times 10, and so they all want to get back there, and they know what they did last year to get there, and for them to do it again, they probably have to even do more. So it's a great motivator for your football team, and I think the experience you gain from going through that process is invaluable. And so both of those working together, the motivation to get back there and then the experience of actually getting to that and knowing what it looks like propels your team.